Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan, and I'm going to take you all the way tonight for the visiting St. Albert Crude at the Beaumont Outlaws. Both teams coming into tonight's matchup 2-3-0 on the season. Both these teams operating very high power play numbers, over 25% on both sides of the floor. Your opposing goaltenders tonight in net for the home team, Beaumont Outlaws, number 35, Yurka Zadrilsil. For the visiting St. Albert Crude 00, Jordan Peck. And here we go. We are now underway from inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center in Beaumont, Alberta. Bit of a fight off the opening faceoff as the ball goes deep into Crude territory. The Crude do pick it up. He's covered very nicely there by Taryn Hutchings. Referee's awarding the ball to the Crude. Be picked up deep in the zone by Bennett Fry. Passing it up the far wall there to 12 Cale Harris. Harris has a cut pass. It's going to be Carson Johnson bringing it up the far side now for the Outlaws. Looking for a lane to pass to. Can't quite find one. Drops it off. Finds the pass. Shot there from Kai Lee off the pad of Jordan Peck. And there's the first goal of the game. 48 seconds in, and the Outlaws are up 1-0. Outlaws bury the second chance opportunity on Peck, and Peck is going to be punching air there. He knows that he should have had that. Keeping calm and composed, though, over in his net. He's not going to let that one get to him, even though that is an early one from the Outlaws. Off the draw, Outlaws come up with it, carried into the zone by Marcus Hildebrand. It's covered pretty good there. Ooh, a nice big hit from Taryn Hutchings. Gets a pass off. Shot from Grayson Maloney and saved by Peck. Cruder trying to get it out of the zone there. Finally gotten out by Ryan McBride, who passes it over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk bringing it in, cuts back. Doesn't quite have a lane. Looks for a pass. Gets it up top for Regan Walker. Walker, a little bit of a long pass back to Fodchuk. Doesn't quite make it through. A bit of a scrum along the far boards there. Ball's loose. Nobody can find it. Outlaws trying to come up with it. The Outlaws are going to be awarded that ball. It's going to be brought in there by Jacob Goudreau. Looks to pass off, does to Eric Tompkins. Tompkins down low for Stewart. Preston Stewart, shot from the top of the circle. Nice save from Peck. Keeps us a 1-0 game. 3 Outlaw defenders on 1 Crude. They end up getting a 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot! And absolutely stonewalled is Preston Stewart. On the far wall, 2-on-2. Crude end up getting that. Nice defense by Carson Johnson. Still, Tate Wedman makes it through. Stops up. Tries to back him up. Pass to the top. That was for Knowlton. Knowlton passes over to Stenson. Stenson covered down low by Eric Long. Eric Long knocks it loose. Zadrilsil trying to get it. Pops it up. 2 seconds. They're going to get a reset here. As the Outlaws are going to pick it up, Carson Johnson behind the net, passes it far side up to Taryn Hutchings. Hutchings running it up, looking for an open lane. Stops up, waits, tries to scoot around. He gets the shot off, and Peck, another beautiful save down low. Picked up by Searson. But a little bit of pushing there by Peck, and they're going to award it to the Outlaws. Outlaws to the circle, cuts down low, doesn't quite make a shot off cleanly. Crude on a 2-on-1 opportunity, make that a 3-on-2 now. They're going to award it to the Outlaws now. Too many men on the floor, it looked like, for the Crude. Outlaws with it on the far side, cutting back around the back. A little bit of a shot there from the Crude defender. Pass up. It's Tompkins at the top. Gets some help, looks for a lane, cuts in. Shot, and Peck with another save. It has been all Outlaws on the offense. Crude still have yet to register a shot 4 minutes into this game. Although they do pick it up high in the zone. Drops it down low, cut through, gets a shot. That's the first shot for the Crude. Zadrilsil had to make a nice save there. Behind the back shot from the Crude doesn't make it all the way through. Currently Johnson carrying it in the back. He was covered by 2 Crude, but now it's run up really quick by Goudreau, makes the shot, and another save from Peck. Peck has been busy to start this game. The Crude should be thanking him. They're only down 1-0 this early on. Crude with it, cuts back around. That's Will Drader. Drader passes it off, goes for a change. Fodchuk now, looking for an open man. Finds one in the middle. Shot from Schaff. Zadrilsil makes the save. Zadrilsil passes it behind. A long pass up to no one. Will be picked up by Tristan Crundwell down low, Crude zone. Passes it up to Bennett Fry. Fry now. Makes a change off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk wide down low. One of the Crude defenders lost a stick. It's a 2-on-0 for the Outlaws. Make that a 2-on-1, 3-on-2. The Crude do end up getting some defenders back to knock it loose. Couple of sticks in the lane, but Kylie says no problem there. Get a change, guys. Pass over to the other side. A shot there from Maloney. They are going to give it Crude ball. Carrying it through the center now. The Crude. Assistant Captain Tucker Nolsky passes it off. Down over to Stenson on the far side there. Pass to Wedman. Wedman looked for a lane, couldn't find one, gets a pass off. The nice little one-time opportunity goes wide of Zadrilsil. Crude with another shot, Zadrilsil. He was falling there, but the Crude missed the net. It's going to go way down to Peck. Peck looking for a long pass. Only goes for the short one. Over to Regan Walker. Walker now covered by Goudreau, but Walker does come up with it. Makes a pass down low. And even though Wedman had possession, shot clock expires. So Carson Johnson's going to get this restarted here for the Outlaws. Outlaws over on the far side now, looking for a passing opportunity. Kylie now. Lee over to Hobday. Hobday looking for a shot, makes a pass, shot, and save on Preston Stewart again. Stewart liking that spot at the top of the circle. Another shot there from Maloney, hits his own man. Maloney up to the top there, cut by Crude. That's me, Captain Ryan McBride bringing that in. McBride with a shot, easy save for Zadrilsil. He's going to exchange over to Outlaws captain Ben Hobday. Passes it far side. Tompkins now carrying it into the zone. Stops up. A little bit of a trip there for Marcus Hildebrand, but he doesn't let that get in his way. Pass over to Cutler. Cutler with an absolute cannon that goes wide. And that ball is going to go all the way back to Zadrilsil. 7 seconds left on that shot clock. Outlaws got to make a play real quick here. Crude with the cut pass. Slows down here. Knows that he's not going to be able to get that breakaway opportunity, so waits for some help. Nice pass into the center there from Knowlton. It goes post to post along the line. Doesn't pass. Knowlton not happy about that one. And the Outlaws end up turning that into a 2-0 game. The Crude have been able to accrue 5 shots over the last 3 minutes of play. But the Outlaws do find a way to make it into the back of the net again, 2-0. Shot from the Crude and save from Zadrelsil. Eric Long bringing it into the zone. He's going to cut behind the back of the net. Looks for an open man. Pass off to Maloney. Maloney now. Pass off to Tompkins, who makes the shot, goes wide. It's going to come right back to Tompkins. Covered pretty well by Nolsky, but Nolsky can't knock it loose. Shot there from Hobday. And we're getting our first penalty of tonight's game. Just over 9 minutes expired here. 10:59 left in this period. It looks like it is going to be a slash to the Crude. To be to number 7, Tucker Nolsky. This is the Outlaws' first power play opportunity of tonight's game. So far this season, through 5 games, operating at 11 for 41, good for 26.8% on the season. As Tompkins gets the power play started, a little bit of some passing at the top of the circle, trying to get the Crude off kilter. Back up to the top. Nice shot from Tompkins. Nice save from Peck. It looked like Maloney swatted at it, but Peck did end up getting it right into his stick. Crude looking for the pass to the open man. A shot right on the shoulder of Zadrelsil. Shot from Fodchuk. Outlaws taking their time. Kyle Lee moving it in pretty slow. Lee over to Hobday. Hobday back to Lee. Lee with the shot goes a little bit wide. That ball's going to bounce right over towards the penalty boxes. Hobday's going to pick it up. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Got to make a chance here. And a snipe from Grayson Maloney. And the Outlaws capitalize on their first power play opportunity of tonight's game. 3-0 for the Outlaws. Back underway here. 3-0 for the Outlaws now. 10 minutes through this first period. Another shot from Taryn Hutchings doesn't find its way through to Peck. Pass over to Maloney. Maloney down low. It's Cutler back up top for Hutchings. Hutchings now. The pass off to Hildebrand, and Hildebrand goes wide. They're going to award this Crude ball. Going to be picked up by Blake. Pass to Fodchuk, doesn't make it through, but going to be picked up anyway by Knowlton. It's over to Schaff. Schaff couldn't quite get a shot off there. And a bit of a cut pass. Goes past Stenson, down into Peck's stick. Peck will pass it up to Stenson. 10 seconds on that shot clock. Free to shoot, gets a shot off. Zadrelsil covered that post pretty well. Outlaws running it back up to the open man. Shot. They're going to call that off for being in the circle. Was a nice little tic-tac there from Maloney and Goudreau. But I believe they said Maloney was in that circle on his initial shot. Crude now moving it around at the top of the circle. Fodchuk has it on the far side. Fodchuk gets a shot off. And the Outlaws are going to have a breakaway here. Looks to deke him out. And Rogalski can't find his way past Peck. Crude now going for the change. Pass off to Knowlton. Knowlton now bringing it in. Covered nicely by Rogalski. Knowlton Looking to make something happen. Pass across. That's into the stick of Stenson. Stenson now covered by Weatherby. A bit of a bouncing ball through the middle. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to award that Outlaws ball. The shot clock expires. The Outlaws are going to run it up the far side again. That's Weatherby bringing it in. Weatherby's pass to Tompkins did not go through. It's between Hobday and Anderson for that. And Zadrozil throws it into the netting, so that's going to be Crude ball from about the center. Started back up by Regan Walker. Pass over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk was looking for Knowlton. Knowlton couldn't find it. Outlaws. Cohen Sutherland now. Sutherland bringing it through. It's up on that far side. Looked like he was going to go for a shot, but cuts back. Nice defense by Fry. Just gets the pass off to Johnson. Johnson has it down low, trying to get around 2 Crude defenders. Gets through, knocked down. The shot went wide. Crude are going to pick it up. Crude bringing it in. And a cut pass there from Taryn Hutchings. And he brings it through the far side. Stops up. Pass right into the slot for Stewart. Peck with the save. Back to Stewart. Sorry, that Hutchings. My mistake. Hutchings now. Up to Hobday. Hobday down low. Cutler's pass back into the middle. Didn't quite make it all the way through there on the shot. As Peck's going to send it back far. It's going to be Chase Richardson looking to pick that up. Zadrozil, though, gets that. Makes the easy pass over to Lane Wedman. Pass up to Goudreau. Passing around the top. Maloney down. Hobday with the shot and save from Peck. That's going to go above the wall there. And Marcus Hildebrand going to start this back up. Hildebrand over to Tompkins. Tompkins gets a pass off. Doesn't quite hit Hobday's stick. And the Crude are going to pick it up. Loose ball now. Grayson Maloney now. Pass up to Lee, goes way over his head, and it goes all the way back to Zadrozil. Zadrozil to Lee. Lee covered by Blake down low. Pass off to Cutler. Cutler now running it in. Cuts around. Was passed off there to Tompkins. Tompkins now. Back over to Lee. Lee. Pass down low. A shot from Maloney. The Crude ball. Gonna be Zaxton Blake in the middle. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk. Covered by Cook. Gets around him. A pass off. And a pass to Knowlton. Went off of Zadrozil's shoulder yet again. And Outlaw is going to quickly run it up here, try to take advantage of this Crude change-off. Bounces off Peck and into the netting. Outlaws Grayson Maloney. Down low, close side. Looks around. Finds a pass over to Tompkins. Tompkins now. Far side low for Lee. Lee's pass to Maloney misses him. Hits the ref. Maloney does pick it up. Pass back over to Tompkins. Tompkins looked for the shot, but tried to make a pass over to Stewart. It looks like they are going to award it back to the Outlaws for a fresh 30. Stewart now. Pass off to Cutler. Doesn't quite make it. But Cutler picks it up, passes back to Tompkins. Tompkins now trying to get around a defender. Gets around, pass to Stewart. Stewart with the shot. And Peck with the save. 3:05 left to play here in the first period from the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. This Crude bring it in. Fodchuk now on the far side. Fodchuk brings it in. Looks for a pass. Top to Tate Wedman. Wedman back to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with the shot. Wide on Zadrosill. The Outlaws are going to pick up that loose ball. That's Peyton Cook running it up. He's got help from Rogalski. Is he going to use it? He's not going to use it. Gets a shot off and misses just above the net. Peyton Cook tried his best. Crude now, bringing it through the center. Will Drader. Drader. Pass off to Stenson. Stenson now looking for some help. Passes down low to Walker. Walker now with it, covered by Wedman. Wedman knocks it loose. Crude, though, going to pick it back up. 6 seconds left on that shot clock. They've got to make something happen here. And the pass doesn't go through. And the Outlaws are going to pick that back up. Number 20, Jacob Goudreau now with it on the far side. Pass off to Lee. Lee looking for some help. Gets some help there. And the refs did not like what they saw, so they're going to award Crude ball. Minute 33 to go here in the first period. Crude pass off to Knowlton. Nash Knowlton now. Trying to get around the defender. His ankles get broken a little bit there. Keeps possession. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with the shot. Zadrosill with the save. Zadrosill drops it off for Ty Cook. Cook passes it on the far side to Hutchings. Hutchings now with it. 1:07 to go here in the first period. Hutchings passes it into the middle for Tompkins. Doesn't quite make it through. Outlaws retain possession. As you probably just heard, 1 minute left in the first period. Passing around the far side is the Outlaws. Looking for shots, Jackson Weatherby. Weatherby makes a nice little spin move, loses possession off some nice defending from Tristan Anderson. It's going to be Crude ball. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Pass up to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with it now. 24 seconds on that shot clock. Fodchuk trying to run it in, gets a shot off, and he makes it count. 27.1 to go in the first, and it's a 3-1 game. Fodchuk makes use of that dying clock to cut that lead down to only 2 for the Outlaws. In a period that has been highly dominated by the Outlaws, 18 shots for the Outlaws to 9 for the Crude through 19 and a half minutes of play. We get set to get back underway here. Outlaws win that face-off. It's Eric Long. Pass off to Hildebrand. Hildebrand's got 17 seconds to work with. Pass off to Cutler. Cutler with the shot, and he immediately makes it a 3-goal game again. 4-1 Outlaws. Justice Cutler. 4-1 for the Outlaws. Outlaws win that face-off. 5 seconds to go in the period. Crude are just going to eat the clock to end this period. 20 minutes in the books from here inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center in Beaumont, Alberta. 4-1 Outlaws through 20 shots. 19 for the Outlaws, 9 for the Crude. We'll be back. Welcome back inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center here in Beaumont, Alberta. 20 minutes of play completed here between the Outlaws and the Crude. Through 20 minutes, Outlaws up 4-1. Once again, shots totaling 19 for the Outlaws, 9 for the Crude. Outlaws have been all over the Crude to start this game. Crude, in fact, did not register a shot for nearly the first 5 minutes of this game. The Outlaws have had very strong defending tonight. In white, Outlaws in navy. Outlaws heading right to left on your screen. Crude are heading left to right. Outlaws win that face-off. A shot saved by Peck. Crude pick it back up. It's Tate Wedman gonna run it in. It's up the far side boards. Pass off to Walker. Walker now. Up to Knowlton. Knowlton over to Fawchuk. Fawchuk misses it. The Outlaws do pick it up. 2 Crude defenders on him. Goudreau can't quite get all of that ball. Now has a little bit of help from Lane Wedman. He ends up getting it. Pass and a shot and a goal. Jacob Goudreau. 39 seconds into the second period. Did not take long for the Outlaws to stretch that lead to 4. And I have a feeling they're not done yet. Back on the face-off. Ref's going to award it to the Crude. Zadrilsil was looking for that one. Hildebrand, though, picks it up off the side of the net. Outlaws now running it up the far side. Peyton Cook. Cook looking for a bit of help. Was covered there by Zaxton Blake. Ends up getting around him. Pass down low for Stewart. Doesn't quite make it through. Picked back up by Cook. Cook passed to Lee. Lee with the shot. Off the pad of Peck. Crude now picked up by McBride. McBride a bit of a spin move to get around the defender. Pass off. Goes into the close corner boards there for Fawchuk, who doesn't quite pick it up. That's going to be picked up by Rogalski, who runs it around the back of the Outlaws net. Pass off to Johnson. Johnson going for a change. He's waiting to get that change. Doesn't end up changing, though, after a pass off to Tompkins. Tompkins now to the top of the circle. That shot from Turner hits the pads of Peck. Another look from the top of the circle. Cuts in and through traffic. Ben Hobday can't quite get a goal there. Refs are going to award that Outlaws ball again for an over and back. Grayson Maloney going to start this again, running it into the zone. Pass off to Hildebrand. Hildebrand trying to get around a couple defenders. Was a little pass to Lee. Lee put it right into the crest of Jordan Peck. Hobday now with it at the top. A nice check there from Richardson. Knocks it loose. Crude ball. Crude running it up. That's Tristan Anderson. Anderson. Nice defense from Lee. Keeps possession of it. Pass to Fawchuk. Fawchuk trying to get around. A nice defense from Lee. Pass for the Crude. Back up to Knowlton. Knowlton with the shot. Goes wide. 10 seconds left on that shot clock. Crude got to make a shot here. Wide open for the Crude, and that does not go in. Outlaws picking it back up and going to run it back up. Pass from Hutchings to Lee. Lee puts it wide. A shot, the pass to Stewart, who had a wide net, missed it. Got his own second opportunity, couldn't quite put it in. And the Crude regained possession on the far boards. Being run in by Nolsky. Nolsky with the pass off. Into the close corner. Fodchuk. Fodchuk, top of the circle. Doesn't quite make it through to Knowlton. Knowlton was checked by Hobday up against the boards, and now a bit of an extra shot from Hobday. Crude wanted a penalty. They got it. This is going to be the Crude's first power play opportunity of the game. It'll be 2 minutes slashing to Ben Hobday. You're down by 4. About 4 minutes gone by here in the second period. The Crude know that if they want to stay in this game, they've got to capitalize on this first power play opportunity. A little bit of passing in the close corner. Fodchuk behind the back. Shot from Stenson into the crest of Zadrzil. Cut pass by the Crude. Up to Fodchuk. Fodchuk taking his time. Have a fresh 30 to work with. Behind the back pass to Stenson. Back up to Fodchuk. Now down low. Back up to Knowlton. Knowlton to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with the shot. And a nice defensive play by Goudreau. He picks it up. It's going to be a 2-on-0 opportunity. Shot goes wide for Goudreau. But the Outlaws going to keep possession of it. It's Ty Cook that has it down low. Covered right now by Searson. By Searson and Walker. They're all over him right now. And after all that, they're still going to award it to the Crude, and now the ref is like, never mind, I'll give that back to the Outlaws. The Outlaws ball. That far side corner, referees trying to give Grayson Maloney a little bit of space to start with. They're going to collapse on him pretty quick, and Maloney knocked down. Guy's just sitting on top of him. That's Bennett Fry. And Maloney, talking to the ref, doesn't like that as the Crude have it deep in the zone. 28 seconds left on their power play. Crude, pass off to Stenson. Stenson with the shot, saved by Zadrzil. Fodchuk now. To Stenson. Stenson down low. Shot and a goal from the Crude. 11 seconds was left on that power play. They capitalize, make it a 5-2 game. Crude only their 11th shot of the game there. Outlaws with 27 already. 14-15 to go here in the second period. Crude with possession. Outlaws trying to get it. Crude all over them. Outlaws do come up with it. Nice offensive play there from the Crude. But now it's going to be brought in from Taryn Hutchings. Hutchings now circles back around. Pass off to Stewart. Stewart down low for Tompkins. Tompkins tries to cut back, knocked loose. Crude going to regain possession of that on the far side. Pass up, open opportunity for Chase Richardson. Fumbles it. Covered by Cohen Sutherland. Sutherland now knocks it loose. Crude trying to regain possession down low. Knowlton can't quite come up with it. Rogalski ends up getting it. He's going to run it quick. Rogalski Pass to Lee. Lee with the shot. And it just trickles in. Kai Lee makes it 6-2. Peck is going to want that one back. He just couldn't quite find it, and it trickled past him. His defender couldn't get there quite in time to knock it out. 6-2 for the Outlaws, 13:02 to play in the second. Outlaws. Peyton Cook had it. Little bit of a knocked pass there. Around. Shot from Hildebrand. Hits a defender in front. Picked up far side Peyton Cook. Cook over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand with the shot. And Hobday was looking for a second chance opportunity. Couldn't quite get there. Peck now passing up to his defender. Crude, Nash Knowlton bringing it in. Far side. Covered by Rogalski. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk trying to get around his defender. Does. Can't get past the second. Outlaw's going to knock it loose. That's Ty Cook with the breakaway opportunity right into the Crude crest of Jordan Peck. Outlaws with it now. Sorry, Crude with it now. Knowlton brought it back in. Pass off to Stenson. Stenson trying to get around. Gets a shot off. Goes wide. Ball goes over everyone's heads and is going to bounce all the way back down into Crude territory. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Just going to try and get it as far down as they can, but Outlaws going to bring it in now. Hutchings off to Maloney. Maloney to Lee. Lee back across to Cutler. Cutler over to Tompkins. Tompkins looking for a shot. Gets a shot off the arm of Jordan Peck. Outlaws still have it. Back to Lee. Lee back over to Maloney. Maloney covered there by Ducharme. Lee with it again. Sets a bit of a pick there for Tompkins, who passed it back to Lee. There's a penalty coming up. It looks like, and we got a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Bit of shoving between Eric Tompkins and Dominic Ducharme. Crude gonna take a penalty here. A little bit more pushing and shoving here. Outlaws are gonna get their second power play opportunity of the game. And it just so happens to be a 5-on-3. Ducharme and Searson are both sitting in the box right now. Not sure what exactly they're both sitting for. Got 2 minutes for roughing and 4 minutes for a hit from behind by the looks of it here. So it's going to be a 5-on-3. They're just trying to get the penalties up on the scoreboard real quick. It'll be 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes, and then the Crude are going to still have the Outlaws are still going to have a full 2 minutes to work with on that double minor for a hit from behind. Just trying to figure out how to get both on the board at the same time. Having some issues here. Once again, both teams so far tonight, one power play opportunity each. They've both capitalized on the power play. Outlaws power play coming into tonight's game was 11 for 41. Good for 26.8% as we get back underway here. Outlaws passing it around the top, 5-on-3 opportunity. They can do anything they want to. A tic-tac-toe, and Maloney cannot find the back of the net. Outlaws fresh 30 to work with. Stewart to Maloney to Lee. Lee fumbles the pass. Covered there by McBride. McBride knocks Maloney down, comes out with it. Tries to just get it down. Hildebrand heads to the back of the net, circles around it. Pass off to Hobday does not go through, but going to be picked up by Maloney. Still a minute 20 left in this 5-on-3. Lee to Stewart. Stewart now. Back up to Hobday, to Stewart, to Hobday, to Stewart, to Hobday. To Lee, to Maloney, and there is the goal. Maloney makes it a 7-2 game. The Outlaws capitalize in the first 2 minutes of their 5-on-3, which in theory should negate that first 2 minutes, but there's still that double minor that took place at the same time, which means they're still on a power play opportunity for the next 2 minutes and 57 seconds. 9:43 to go here in the second period. Crude so far getting absolutely shelled tonight. 33 shots to 12. 7-2 deficit for the Crude. The Outlaws going to win the face-off. Knocked down was Lane Wedman. Crude bringing it back in. Down low right now. That's Tate Wedman. Was knocked loose there by Peyton Cook, who can't get possession of it. But Carson Johnson does. But he sees he's got 3 Crude defenders on him on this power play. 2:26 to go. Pass over to Lee. Lee looking for some help. Hobday. Hobday fumbles it. Picks it back up. To Lee. To Stewart. Tompkins. To Stewart. Back to Tompkins. Back to the top to Hobday. Lee, Stewart. Stewart with the shot in the pads of Peck. Outlaws, though, pick it back up. Shot there from Hobday. Hits Peck again. Crude now with it. Under 2 minutes to go in this Outlaws power play. Fry had it there. Lost it. It's Goudreau looking for help. Waiting for the Outlaws to get a bit of a change off. Pass to Tompkins and Stewart and Lee. Outlaws putting on their main power play unit once again, looking to capitalize. Minute 20 to go here. Lee over to Tompkins. Tompkins back to Lee. Stewart with the shot. Hits a defender. That's going to be Crude ball on the shot clock violation. Brought in by Chase Richardson on the far side. Stewart knocked it loose. Lee tried to get it there, but is picked up by Eric Long behind the net. Pass didn't go through, but Ty Cook picks it up right in the neutral zone. Waits for the change. Pass to Turner. Turner now. Kylie. 34 seconds left on this power play. Lee Tompkins. Tompkins with the shot. Hits the arm of Jordan Peck. 20 seconds remain in the Outlaws power play. Cutler on the far side. Pass off to Maloney. Maloney with the shot. Tompkins picks up that missed shot. Maloney, one-time opportunity. Doesn't go through. 2 seconds left, and that is going to be back to 5-on-5. Refs are going to blow a power... They're going to call another penalty on the Crude as soon as their power play expires. Another slash to the Crude. The Outlaws on their 4th power play opportunity of tonight's game. Kylie going to get this one started. Outlaws put out their top line once again. Made quick work of the first power play. Outlaws passing it around. Lee gets a shot off a defender. Looked to pick it up along the bounce back. Couldn't quite get it. A shot there from Hobday. Bounces off the backboard. It's going to be Crude ball on the shot clock violation. Hobday not happy with the ref there. Crude passes up the middle. Waits for some help on this penalty kill. That's Tate Wedman. Wedman, though, looking for the short-handed chance. Bounces to Fodchuk off the back wall. Pass into the middle. That's Brendan Schaff. Schaff with the pass. And the one-time opportunity goes in. And I believe that was Josh Fodchuk who buries the short-handed opportunity. 7-3. Still 59 seconds remain on that penalty to Ryan McBride. And we're back underway. Eric Long brings it in on the far side. Maloney with it. Lee now, top of the circle to Maloney. Back to Lee. 40 seconds left in this power play opportunity. Lee gets it back. Maloney down for Hobday. Hobday to Lee. Shot. Hits the pad of Jordan Peck. Outlaws, though, pick it back up. They had a fresh 30 there. Tompkins to Lee down low. Cuts back up to the top. That's Stewart to Maloney. Maloney now back to Lee. Lee with a low shot into the stick of Jordan Peck. 10 seconds left in this penalty kill for the Crude as they send it way down into Outlaws territory. Bennett Fry trying to pick it up. Couldn't beat Jacob Goudreau to it. Goudreau's going to run it up as the power play expires for the Crude. Outlaws do get a shot off. Peck with the save. His 39th shot there he's faced. The Outlaws have tripled the Crude shots so far with 4:22 to go in the second. Tompkins with it now. Pass down low to Maloney. Looking for that one time again, but Peck had it read the whole way. Picked up now by Taryn Hutchings. Hutchings now keeping that offensive pressure on the Crude, not letting them get the change off. Gets a shot off to Maloney now. Maloney over to Cutler. Cutler tried to pass into the middle. Stewart was tied up. Couldn't quite get there. Hutchings tried to get it. 2 Crude defenders all over him. But Hutchings somehow knocks it loose. Still a loose ball. Shot clock violation. They are going to award Crude ball now. Ruled that the Outlaws were the last to have it. Crude now. Brought in by Nolski. Some of the Crude fans wanting a penalty there to the Outlaws, and they're going to get one. Crude now 6-on-5 on this delayed call to the Outlaws. Pass over to Fawchuk. Fawchuk, low shot. Nice save from Zadrelsil. And they're going to call the penalty to the Outlaws. Carson Johnson pleading his case. 4 minutes for a hit from behind. Johnson talking to the coach. He's not happy. Can't really blame the guy when you take a 4-minute penalty when you're up by 4. With 3:04 left in this period. Crude moving it around. Fawchuk quarterbacking this power play. Fawchuk, Knowlton, Stenson, Fawchuk, Knowlton. Down low, far side. It's Walker. Walker with the shot. Off of Zadrelsil. That's going to be Outlaws ball. Outlaws, Cutler going to bring it in. He has help from Goudreau if he wants it, but it's going to be a 2-on-4 opportunity. A shot. Easy save by Jordan Peck. Outlaws now with it. Crude looking to make something happen here. Pass off to Knowlton. Faked it. Pass to Fawchuk instead. Denson. Fawchuk. Fawchuk makes a shot. Nice block there from Rogalski. Rogalski and Fawchuk 1-on-1. Rogalski trying to get around Fawchuk. Tries to do a little bit of a spin move. Cuts back. Waits for some help. Fry now all over him. Gets a pass off to Tompkins. Tompkins. Down to Cook. Outlaws still shorthanded for another 2.5 minutes. 1:33 to go here in the second period. Shot clock violation, Crude ball. Crude bring it into the zone. Waiting to get a bit of a change here. Brendan Schaff coming on the floor. Stenson, Fawchuk. Knowlton with the shot, and Knowlton buries it. He buried it with 2:01 left on the penalty. He got it just in the nick of time for the Crude to remain on the power play. A nifty little play from the Crude. Cuts the Outlaws lead to 3. One minute remaining here in the second period. Run in by the Outlaws, and the Outlaws get it right back. Hildebrand with the short-handed goal. 7 seconds later, converts. Back up to a 4-goal game. .55-6 remaining in the second. Outlaws gain possession. Fresh off that short-handed goal from Hildebrand. Hadn't even announced the Crude goal in-house yet. Cook looking for another shorty. Knocked down hard by Searson. And that is going to end the Crude power play. Ref talking to Searson all the way to the box. There's 2 minutes for cross-checking. 35-2 remaining. In the second period, Outlaws will have a very short power play. They're looking to capitalize on this 4-on-4, 26 seconds to go. Their shot clock, 20. Stewart misses pass. Crude. Chase Richardson had it. Refs are going to blow it. It's going to be a timeout with 8.7 seconds to go. That was a Crude timeout. Once again, you're watching CROW LAX TV. We're bringing you every single home game in the North Division this season. Every single one of them. You can catch them all right here. YouTube.com/@CROW LAXTX. Next game. It's going to be next Tuesday, May 23rd. Fort Saskatchewan Rebels visiting the St. Albert Crude. That game, Jerome McGinley Arena. Opening face-off, 9 p.m. Again, Tuesday, May 23rd. Will be the first CROW Classic game of the season. Be sure to tune into that one. The Crude and the Rebels have quite the rivalry that spans back the last few years. Reset the clock to 11 seconds. Crude now have it. Almost went out of play. They've got to make something happen real quick here. And Outlaws are going to be awarded that ball. With 0.7 seconds, they couldn't get anything done. And that is going to do it. 40 minutes in the books here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. 8-4 your score. Outlaws leading the Crude. Welcome back inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center in Beaumont, Alberta. 20 minutes left to play here. 4-on-4 to start the third. 55 seconds of that, and then it will be a short Outlaws power play. Crude win the opening face-off for the third period. Crude now heading right to left on your screen in white. Outlaws now heading left to right in navy. Knowlton looking to make something happen. Passes off to Fodchuk, who runs quickly into the zone. Fodchuk with the shot goes wide on Zadrelsil. Goes into the netting. That's going to be Outlaws' ball. Picked up by Rogalski. Immediately passes off. Cutler now, over to Lee. They're going to say there were too many men on the floor for the Outlaws, so it's going to be Crude ball. Crude, bring it in quickly with a shot, and that is a goal for the Crude on that breakaway opportunity. Outlaws are not going to be happy with that. The Crude cut it back down to a 3-goal lead. Still 4-on-4 for another 5 seconds here. Back underway now. Outlaws with a nice chance right off the start. Saved by Peck. It's now the short Outlaws power play time. 20 seconds left on their power play, but Crude do have possession now. Probably going to just try and eat away this power play for the Outlaws. Knowlton now with it. Pass over to Wedman. Wedman now trying to get around the Outlaws defenders. Still holds it. Gets a shot off. A light little shot. Zadrelsil makes the easy save. And that's going to do it for the Outlaws power play. To 5-on-5, 18:30 to go in the third period. Knowlton now with it. Gets a shot off. Nice save from Zadrelsil. Goudreau drags down one of the Crude players. So they're going to award that to the Crude. Down low, Brandon Schaff. Schaff up to Knowlton. The nice save from Zadrelsil into the netting. Back to the Crude. Knowlton, pass off. Crude looking to make something happen. Broken stick on the play there. Shot goes wide. But Crude are going to pick it up. That's Regan Walker. The close side boards. Walker gets around one, can't get around two, so passes off, goes for a change. Fodchuk gets the goal from way out on the far side boards. Cuts the lead down to 2 for the Outlaws. 8-6. Back underway now. Crude. Bennett Fry with it off the face-off. Pass to Knowlton. Knowlton. Pass over to Fodchuk. Gets cut. That's going to be Rogalski on the breakaway. Rogalski puts it off the post of Peck. Peck just gives his post a little bit of a love tap. His post keeps it a 2-goal game. Maloney with it now. Tried to pass to Lee. Lee couldn't get it. Crude had 6 men on the floor. Had it for a while. Outlaws bench was calling for it. They got it. Outlaws now going to go on their 6th power play of tonight's game. Tristan Crundwell going to serve this penalty for the Crude. Crude bench minor for too many men on the floor. Kai Lee going to get this one started. Hobday to Lee. Stewart back to Lee. Back to Lee to Hobday. Hobday with a shot off of the shoulder of Peck. Tompkins to Stewart. Hobday to Lee. Back to Stewart. Stewart looked for the shot, didn't quite get it. Hobday now back to Lee. To Stewart. Stewart with the one-timer. Nice save from Peck. McBride with it. Is looking to maybe make a pass. Doesn't do it. Tries to get around 2 Outlaws defenders. Makes a little bit of a spin move. A drop-off. Doesn't go through. Jackson Weatherby now. Pass up to Peyton Cook. Missed by Cook. But he does gain possession. A pass to Stewart. Stewart knocked down in the middle. The ball is loose and picked up by Ben Hobday near the center dot. Hobday to Stewart. Up to Lee. Back to Stewart. 50 seconds to go on this power play. Blocked in front. That goes up into the wall. They are going to award it Crude ball. I'm going to tell them to throw it way back there. So Crude's Tate Wedman going to get this one started back up. Runs it along the far boards, covered by Jackson Weatherby. Does get around him, now covered also by Carson Johnson. He does a nice job defending that ball against the two of them. 14 seconds on that shot clock. He gets around both of them. And he tucks home the wraparound. It is a 1-goal game on the Crude short-handed goal. Outlaws now leading 8-7 with 14:54 to go here in the third period. And although the Outlaws are dominating the shot clock, the scoreboard doesn't tell quite the same story. You've got to wonder what Crude head coach Darren Schmerman said to the guys in the first intermission. The Crude have been slowly chipping away at that lead after the first intermission. Was knocked loose there by Taryn Hutchings, but Crude's Nash Knowlton still going to pick it back up. Drops it in deep. One of the Outlaws players, that's Eric Long, hauled down a Crude player, so Crude are going to get that ball. Fodchuk now with it. Fodchuk. Nice shot from Knowlton, but an even nicer save from Zadrosil. Keeps this an 8-7 lead. They're going to award it back to the Crude again after a bit of a rougher hit along the boards. Was Stenson. Now Fodchuk knocked down by Hutchings. Fodchuk gets right back up, tries to run it right back in, gets a nice pass off to Walker. Walker fumbled it a little bit, couldn't get a shot off. It's a cross to Richardson, doesn't quite make it through. And Cook is going to pick that up. Cook running it up quick, trying to get past Searson. Searson blocks him off, doesn't give him a path to the net. Pass up to Lee. Lee didn't get all of that. Tompkins didn't get all of that pass back off. Searson was knocked down in the middle. Crude have possession of it. They're going to award Outlaws ball after a bit of a hard hit along the boards. Tompkins passes it off. Let's lead down low. Cutler, his shot goes wide. Maloney now. Pass into the middle. Crude cut it. It's going to be run up quickly along the close boards, but Chase Richardson, covered by 3 Outlaws defenders, is looking for help. Was loose. Crude pick it back up. And they're wondering if that should count or not. If they didn't get a fresh 30, refs are going to talk about it. They're going to call a time for a moment. This could be an 8-8 game. Refs are talking if that should have been a fresh 30. We'll see if they call it here. Crude believe it should have been a goal. Outlaws just hoping and praying that it's not. Referee's having a long discussion here. McBride and Hutchings now waiting over by the refs for a bit of an explanation. The shots with 12:20 to go in the game, 47 for the Outlaws and 21 for the Crude. But again, an 8-7 game, possibly 8-8. If you didn't know what the shots were, you would think it's pretty even here. Again, coming into this game, both teams 2-3-0 on the season. Both teams operating over 25%. They are not going to call it a goal. And the Outlaws are going to take a penalty. I don't quite know what the Outlaws are taking here. And there it is. They are going to take a hit from behind. 4 minutes. Crude now have 4 minutes to work with in a 1-goal game. Let's see what the Crude can do. Fodchuk rallying the troops. He's got Knowlton with him, and I can't quite make out who else is with him. I want to say that's Stenson. It is. That is Stenson. Fodchuk directing traffic. Fodchuk going to get this started with 12:20 to go in the third. Crude moving the ball around at the top of the circle. Shot from Knowlton goes high. Knowlton regains possession of it. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Fodchuk trying to pick it up. Picked up by the Outlaws. That's Rogalski with the break. And nice save from Jordan Peck. Crude now with it. Wanting to capitalize here on this change off. Bennett Fry now out on the floor. Pass over to Fry. Pass cut once again. Justice Cutler this time. Cutler trying to bring it in. Covered though by 2 Crude defenders. Still ends up making the shot. Peck with the save. Crude ball. Crude up along the far boards. Pass off to Stenson. Stenson's got help from Fodchuk, who he passes it off to. Fodchuk waiting for guys to get into position. Pass over to Knowlton. Back to Knowlton. Fodchuk, top of the circle. Fodchuk gets some help from Knowlton to get around him. Shot goes above. And Stenson with a second opportunity. And Zadrelsil with another save. Knocked loose. Fodchuk going to pick that back up deep in the zone. With a shot. And a goal on the first half of the power play. And that is going to tie this game 8-8 And the Crude still have another 2-minute power play to work with. Still the second half of that penalty that Ty Cook took for a hit from behind. So Crude going to move on to their 5th power play of tonight's game. Outlaws with double the shots, but the scoreboard is tied. 10:40 to go here from inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. Awarded back to the Crude. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk now waiting for his men to get into position. Pass off over to Knowlton. Knowlton down low, back up to Knowlton. Knowlton to Fodchuk and back. Pass down to Walker. Back to Walker. Walker to Knowlton. Knowlton. 6 seconds on the shot clock. And another goal! And just like that, Josh Fodchuk turns this 8-4 deficit into a 9-8 lead for the Crude. 10:26 to go in the 3rd period. Who thought the Crude would play 2 barn burners in a row? And with that, the Outlaws switching goalies. Now in net for the Outlaws, 0, Caleb Dorland comes on in relief of Zattersill after 5 unanswered goals from the Crude. Back underway, Outlaws get it off the face-off, picked up by Taryn Hutchings. Hutchings trying to settle things down. They still have a... Well, they don't have anything to work with, quite frankly. Outlaws moving it around the outside. Hildebrand was looking for a shot. Passed off to Hutchings, back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand with the shot goes wide. 10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Outlaws. So Maloney has it. 4 seconds. Gets a shot off. Goes wide once again. It's going to be Crude ball. Be picked up by Searson. Searson. Looking for someone to pass off to. Finally does. Pass over to Fodchuk on the far side boards. Fodchuk's passed to Knowlton, didn't go through, but Knowlton did pick it up and passed it right back to Fodchuk. Fodchuk trying to cut in. One-handed pass. Missed. 3 seconds on the shot clock now. Outlaws going to pick it up. Hutchings passes across to Carson Johnson. Johnson waiting to Tompkins. Tompkins now gets it to Kai Lee. Lee made the pass down to Connor Turner. Turner couldn't quite put it over the shoulder and in. Second chance doesn't go. Crude now with it. Dominic Ducharme off to Schaff. Schaff now. Looking, waiting. With the pass. Crude have it up high. Down low for Regan Walker. Behind the back shot. Goes off the back of Jacob Goudreau into the roof. Crude ball. Over to Wedman. Wedman now. Looking. Gets around. Makes the shot. Goes into the roof again. And we have a broken stick on the play. Bit of pushing and shoving going on. We've got a shattered stick, so refs are going to call a quick time so we can get some cleanup. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving in that far corner there. I don't know if any ref really saw it. There's Jackson Weatherby on the Outlaws side, and I didn't quite catch who the Crude player was. Turning around now, that's Nash Knowlton. Gotta wonder what kind of words were exchanged there. As the Outlaws have now passed the 50-shot mark in this game. They have 50 on the dot. 24 for the Crude. 8:12 to go here in the third period. Didn't quite see what happened to shatter the stick, but there was little plastic bits everywhere. Looks like we've got it cleaned up. Crude are going to make a quick change here. Fodchuk now coming on. Stenson coming off. Fodchuk exchanging some words with Rogalski now. As we get back underway. They want them to reset here. Schaff now with it. It's over to Knowlton. Knowlton. The long pass into the corner for Walker. Walker picks it up. Wedman tried to go around. They're going to award this back to the Outlaws. Weatherby running it up on the far boards. Pass off to Lee. Lee with a bit of a bouncing pass is shot by Stewart. And Peck makes a nice save. Crude trying to pick it back up. Might have an injured Crude player on the play. Whoever it is definitely run into the bench after that little fall. Searson now holds it. Pass off to Fodchuk. Crude make a bit of a change. Shot from Fodchuk. They get a fresh 30, now picked up by Schaff. Schaff stops up. Pass over to Stenson doesn't go through. Schaff with the shot. Fresh 30 to work with. Outlaws pick it up. Peyton Cook. Pass over to Hutchings. Hutchings, oh, took a bit of a stick to the face. No call on the play. Crude now with it. Nolski. Over to Walker. Walker down low. Fry. Back up top. Back over to Walker. Walker now cuts into the middle. He's cut off by Eric Long, so passes it back up to Fry. Fry now, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Makes a shot. And it bounced right into the middle of Dorland's pads. And Outlaws going to come up with it. 6 minutes to go here in the third period. Crude 9, Outlaws 8. Crude have worked their way back from an 8-4 deficit. Looks like there may have been a bit of a shot to Preston Stewart there. They're going to award Outlaw ball. Kai Lee with it. Down low, Lee gets knocked down. And a penalty coming up for interference to the Crude. Outlaws now heading on to their 7th power play of the game. Outlaws so far 2 for 6 tonight on the power play. Two minutes interference to number 14, Will Drader. And Kai Lee is going to start this power play for the Outlaws. Lee, Stewart, back to Lee. Hobday. Back over to Stewart. Stewart can't get it. Loose ball. Lee picks it up. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Hobday. Pass down low for Tompkins. Doesn't go through. They're trying to figure out who to award it to. They're going to give it back to the Outlaws. Outlaws fresh 30 to work with. Hobday is going to start this up. With a pass over to Lee. Stewart. Down low for Tompkins. Back to Stewart. Over to Hobday. Hobday. Lee now. Hobday. Down low for Maloney. Back up to Lee. Lee with the shot goes wide. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Outlaws got to make something happen fast. Hobday gets the shot. A little fight for it in the corner. Crude wanted possession there. They didn't get it. Hobday went to Tompkins. Tompkins couldn't put it in. Fresh 30. Lee. Hobday. Shot off the back of a Crude defender. Lee. 45 seconds left in this Crude penalty. Nice save there from Peck. Stewart now. Over to Lee. Back to Stewart. Stewart with a quick shot. Peck with the save. Tompkins now. Back up to Lee. Lee to Tompkins. Tompkins. Nice pass over to Hobday. Hobday throws it wide, and that's going to be Crude ball. Crude now 10 seconds left on their penalty to Will Drader for interference. Outlaws trying to defend. Some nice forechecking there by Tate Wedman. That's out. That's going to be Crude ball, as it's now back to 5-on-5. Crude now. Down low. Runs it back up to the top of the circle is Wedman. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk cutting in lane. And he scores! Jacob Fodchuk. Sorry, Josh Fodchuk. My mistake. So used to the Crude's old Jacob Fodchuk with a lot of the goals. Josh Fodchuk. 10-8 for the Crude. That's now 6 unanswered goals. 3:13 to play here in the third period. Outlaws have double the shots, 56-28. Crude leading where it counts. Crude with it. Pass over to Stenson, doesn't go through. Picked up by Knowlton. Knowlton running it in, cuts down low. Pass over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk back to Knowlton. Knowlton can't quite get it. Knowlton covered by Cook. Pass to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with the shot. It was in Dorland's stick. They're going to award it to the Outlaws for being in the circle. Outlaws with the shot. That was Eric Long. Save from Jordan Peck. He's not letting another squeaker in after what happened in the first period. Pass off to Wedman. Crude have it now. Wedman. Looked for Schaff. Didn't quite make it to Schaff. Went to Walker instead, who passed it back to Fodchuk. Tried to go into the middle. Doesn't make it. 2:24 to go. Outlaws going to run it up the middle. Shot. And Ty Cook. Ty Cook cuts it back to a 1-goal lead for the Crude. Lane Wedman, Bennett Fry. Face off with 2:18 to go in the third. 1-goal lead for the Crude now. Outlaws get it early. And I don't know. Did that go in? Taryn Hutchings thinks it did. No, it does not. Outlaws furious. Crude with it, brought in by Drader. Drader with the shot. And that's a goal! 11-9 for the Crude. Crude are quick to respond off that no-goal call from the Outlaws. 2-goal lead for the Crude. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the game. Wedman versus Wedman in the face-off dot. That doesn't get confusing. Well, either way, Wedman's going to win the face-off, but it's the Crude's Wedman who gets the win. Crude looking to get it. Pick up. Oh, missed it. Wide open. Minute 45 to go. Outlaws looking for anything they can. Hutchings now with it. Watching the Outlaws net just in case they do end up pulling Dorland. Outlaws, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Currently carried in the middle. Turner with the shot. Another shot. Second opportunity doesn't go through. Weatherby makes a shot, goes wide. 1:15 to go here in the game. Hobday with it. Outlaws putting out their heavy hitters. Lee now. Lee tried to pass it down to Stewart. Didn't go through. Last minute of play. Crude pick it up. They're going to move it up slowly here. Pass over to Bennett Fry. Fry now. 46 seconds to go. Pass does not go through. Picked up by Goudreau. Goudreau immediately loses it. Hard into the boards is Weatherby. As National now just trying to defend. And we're getting a timeout from the Crude by the looks of it with 31.4 seconds to go here in the game. First half of this game dominated by the Outlaws. Second half of this game dominated by the Crude. At one point in this game, Outlaws led 8-4. The score now sits 11-9 for the Crude. Head coach Garen Schmerman has to be happy with the way that his team has produced in the second half of this game. Slowly chipped away at that lead and ended up taking it and extending it. Makes you wonder what Outlaws head coach Stu Sturparn is really wondering is how and where did it all go wrong? 27 seconds left in the game, 10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Crude. Probably going to just eat this clock as much as they can. They do try to get a shot off. Gets to Wedman. Wedman shot and scores! 14.1 seconds left. Wedman puts it absolutely out of reach for the Outlaws. 12-9 for the Crude. Crude coaches and bench cheering there for Wedman as he came back to the bench. Once again, we're going to get another Wedman versus Wedman in the face-off dot. Crude Wedman takes it. 10 seconds to go in this game. Outlaws doing anything they can here. 3 seconds to go. They're just going to eat the clock. And that is a game from here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center in Beaumont. Final score, St. Albert Crude 12, Beaumont Outlaws 9. Massive props to Crude goaltender Jordan Peck, facing 58 shots tonight, letting in only 9. A 49 save win. for Peck. If you're the Outlaws, you're now down 2-4-0 on the season. We're closing in on the halfway point now. You gotta wonder, what can they do to get back into the race for the playoffs and the race for first in the North? That'll do it from here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Rec Center. My name is Keenan. Pleasure was all mine. We'll see you on Tuesday night, May 23rd, as the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels take on the St. Albert Crude live from the Jerome McGinley Arena. That game, 9 p.m. On behalf of CROW LAX TV, Keenan signing off for the night.